hate email about how they're done. They think that that's like a legitimate cause for concern. But anyway, I thought this was golden. Okay, I thought I had to share this with you guys because it's pretty funny, and well, unfortunately, it does kind of detail the downfall of Optimus as a YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see by this headline here, done for good with your channel. Everything here is pretty direct. I mean, they get straight to the point throughout this entire thing. It's all facts, no printer. They are not bullshitting about a single thing being said inside this email, just to kind of warn you guys about what's going on. So, hello Optimus, I've been a fan of your channel since you had 30 subs on YouTube, and today I finally call it quits. I can't support someone who openly shits on others just trying to make a living and do right by themselves and makes videos instigating a bunch of fights with other people. Yeah, that's you. Okay, so before we go any further, number one, the odds that this person is actually like one of my first, 30 subscribers is so low that I'm just inclined to believe that they're lying. I mean, I hear this all the time. I hear people always say like, oh, I've been subscribed since you had 50 subs. Oh, I've been subscribed since you've had like 125 subs. I get so many of those comments that it's almost like impossible for them to actually be one of those people, because I actually recognize a lot of the people who've been subscribed to my channel for a very long time, but they can't support someone who openly shits on others trying to make a living and doing right by themselves, right, and making videos instigating a bunch of fights with other people. Now, first off, I don't know where you've been this entire time, where like this is where you finally have realized what my videos are, but I've been doing this for a pretty long time now. It's not like a week ago I just turned a switch and moved to this kind of content. Like, I've been doing gameplay commentaries about all kinds of stuff for like 5 years now. I've been doing like Call of Duty commentaries literally since I started my channel, so I don't really understand how this is apparently the moment of revelation for you. But apparently I make videos instigating a bunch of fights with other people, which is odd to me because when I look through my video catalog, a lot of the time I'm just covering like a news story or some sort of topic at hand. You know, like video games being blamed for issues, or talking about how Byte, which is essentially Vine 2, has shown up. It's not like I just go out of my way to just, like, make videos about people and just completely demolish them. Like, usually when I make a video about someone or their channel, like, it's kind of deserved in a way, because they're acting in a way where it's actually wrong, you know, like with the whole J Station thing, which, by the way, we'll be getting back to that here in a second anyway. So it's not like I'm just out here making videos sniping everybody on the platform. And I don't think I've ever, like, legitimately gotten into a fight with another creator or person I made a video about. I mean, like, I argued back and forth with Game Theory, but it wasn't like we had some sort of long-standing beef. All your videos are just you saying that J Station is in the wrong and that he's being toxic, when in reality it's you this whole time, because I watched your stream last night and you were being really mean to people on the game with your friends. He put friends in quotation, which I thought was kind of weird because the people that I was on stream with last night were actually my friends. These are people I know in real life and actively hang out with, but apparently all my videos are just me saying that J Station is in the wrong and that he's being toxic, which is weird. I've never said J Station was toxic. I said that he lied about his girlfriend passing away, which was 100% true. I said that he stooped to another low and that his content is really messed up because he's essentially lying to people and clickbaiting tragedies and death. Welcome to the breakdown, where we break down all the messed up movies. Today on Screepy Week is Ultimate Revenge. So I have to pick something where revenge is the topic. That something we are watching today is Lady Vengeance, also known as Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. And yes, it's a part of the unofficial Vengeance trilogy, starting with Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, then Old Boy, and then Lady Vengeance. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all, I wanted a female lead. So instead, we're going to do a trilogy out of order. Plus, they aren't narratively connected, so it's fun. Lady Vengeance is about a fine-ass, fresh-ass release from an all-girl prison. Apparently, she was in prison for 13 years after murdering a little boy. Well, turns out that somebody forced her to take the blame. And so our main character, Yoon Ja, begins to unfold a very intricate planned attempt to search.
No, I always say you don't drop picks like that. You dropped that touchdown. You dropped the touchdown, Jeffrey.
So I would just give a more general outline of the movie. You gotta watch this yourself, really. If you want to see what happens, including all the messed up parts, stay tuned for the breakdown. Cue to Gohan.
Yeah, I'm just not
Outside of a
knowing his shit now.
female-only prison, Christian singers and their religious leaders sit and wait for an angel. A true angel that is a model for
Nigga, this is a
prisoners
defensive game now.
everywhere. As soon as others are released, they
We're
begin
playing
their
defense.
sacred song and wait for their
We are
angel.
going to play
This
something called
angel is
defense.
Gunja, who walks upon her audience with a cold face. Firstly, let's talk about why Gunja went behind bars. 13 years ago, when she was 20, Gunja apparently kidnapped and killed a little boy named Mo. Her young age, along with her naive appearance and beauty, made her a national sensation. They was even going to make a movie about her. I guess they did, right? This man, watching a report about Gunja's crime, sees something good and angelic behind Gunja's face and visits her to inspire a change in lifestyle. Apparently, his visit inspires Gunja to become a true angel, a very kind-hearted woman who is well known and appreciated by her fellow inmates and watchers outside of those walls. She becomes
That was a
probably the
great
greatest
return, bro.
prisoner all over the country. After
Nigga,
13
that was
years,
a
she is
fucking
released and presented with the
best return I had all year.
meal.
Fucking
Once she eats it, it's like a promise to live white as snow and never to sin again. But she pushes the food out of the priest's hand and rejects it, telling him and his band of Santa singers to screw themselves. Gunja has been pretending to be angelic for 13 years. Now, I'm not saying she isn't a good person entirely, but overall, I think it's fair to say she's kind of nuts. I guess it would be good to call her an anti-hero. A lot of times throughout the film, she takes it upon herself to revisit all of her old prison peers. It makes you wonder if she only befriended them and helped them so that they would be indebted to her later. This old friend of hers reveals that Gunja has a plan that's already been enacted 13 years earlier. This plan is to capture the real murderer of the boy that Gunja went to jail for. She even has a dream about it, holding a dirty dog of a human and then blowing his brains out right over the pure white snow. And she smiles about it too. She still wishes to apologize to the parents of the boy who was murdered. Remember, y'all, that boy's name is Mo. Her apology is cutting off her finger, like a Yakuza member who can't do shit right. But the parents didn't ask for that and just get her to help fast enough to have it put back on. She wasted all of her money on that operation too. She has to work at a bakery to get by, next to two creepy men. Gunja visits another fellow released prisoner, one that Gunja gave a whole kidney to after the woman was found to have some kind of kidney failure. She's like,
nigga said,
I guess I passed. A whole kidney. This movie is like a mix of Amelie and I Saw the Devil. Well, Gunja enlists her and her boyfriend's help in creating a special type of gun, the same one she used in her dream killing the dirty dog. The gun is a special type of North Korean spy weapon. It seems that the gun blueprint was hidden in a Buddhist book, so it seems likely she organized it herself. While working at the bakery, Gunja comes into contact with the detective, the one who looked over her case 13 years ago. Like most Asian detectives in films like this, he doesn't believe that Gunja murdered the boy because she didn't know the facts of the case that only the killer would know. This is them arguing about it 13 years ago, and Gunja had a weird insistence on saying she was the killer. On the way to some kind of weird reenactment of the murder, a man is above, egging her on with a baby in his grasp. During this reenactment, she utilizes the real killer's help to figure out how the murder actually went down. When Mo was smothered with a brown pillow, something she wouldn't know if the real killer didn't point out his brown watch. A year before she went to prison, she was a wild 19-year-old who got pregnant. She stays with her old teacher, a man by the name of Mr. Bayek, played by the same man who played the villain in I Saw the Devil. And I know he's an old boy too. Mr. Bayek forces Gunja to go along with the kidnap for ransom. The person they both kidnapped was Mo. However, he was already killed even after the parents paid the ransom. Mr. Bayek forces Gunja to take the blame for the murder, or else her baby girl will be killed next. Also, Gunja told her co-worker this all after some sex. why you see him in the bedroom like this. A big reason she hangs around or even gives him any attention is
Woo!
because he is 20 years old, the same age she was when she went to jail, and also the same age the murdered boy, Won Mo, would be if he was alive. Mr. Bayek put Goomja's daughter up for adoption, and she found out some Australians adopted her and named her Jenny. Goomja literally catches a flight to Australia to meet her daughter, who is about 13 years old. They are pretty weird over there. I mean, what is this scene, y'all?
I am so jealous of you. You had such a beautiful daughter. She is now our life.
Keep in mind that Jenny only knows English. Well, actually, I don't know really. I think the actress is multilingual, only introspective in Goomja's mind.
Stop saying
Her
that.
mother doesn't want her to come back to Seoul with her. Hope I said it right that time. But after some funny arguing, they so happen to go back there anyway.
Woo!
No! Yes! I did! Wow! Yes! No! 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 Korea!
Right as she gets back, Goomja receives her special weapon, but it's only close range, so she gotta be so close to her target that she can see the white in their eyes. Before we continue with what happened after that, let's go back to Goomja's jail days. Goomja was like a good kingpin. She earned the title Witch after she secretly murdered this mean prison bully by poisoning her with bleach. She was still known as an angel too, though. This means that Goomja has only murdered once so far, and it's not any little kids. Anyway, Goomja managed to track down Mr. Bayek, the man she is looking for. She also tracks down his current wife, a woman who hates her husband anyway because he is very abusive. They both plot to figure out how to take down Mr. Bayek, but somebody knows that something is being planned. The priest who visited Goomja is seen taking pictures of her and reports the images back to Mr. Bayek. Mr. Bayek is a school teacher, by the way, so that's why he's in this like classroom type of setting. Seeing his wife betray him and possibly plan his downfall hurts him. But man, F this preacher though, really. It's the last time we see of him anyway. Mr. Bayek gets the services of some thugs to take care of Goomja, while he waits for his wife to come cook for him, and then he will tie her up. Things are all going according to plan though for Goomja. While walking with her daughter, they get attacked and intercepted by those thugs. Goomja gets her shit kicked out by the men. Like she really got beat up, but when he ain't looking, she pulls out her vengeance gun and blows his brain right all over the street. Then she walks towards the guy holding her daughter, because remember, it's close range, and she blows his hand right off. Meanwhile, Mr. Bayek doesn't realize his plan has failed. He tied up his wife after she made him some food, but unknown to him, his wife tampered the food with some kind of sedative, and he passes right out. Goomja drags her daughter into Mr. Bayek's flat, examining the man who threatened her child and took away 13 years of her life. She frantically cuts his hair out, probably fighting the urge to end him right there, until she realizes that she's got more to her plan. She and the wife then transport the man to an abandoned school, probably the one where Won Mo went, and tie him up. He speaks pretty good English, and she uses him at gunpoint to translate an apology and explanation to her daughter. Overall, she believes she is too much of a sinner to take care of her angel daughter, so after she kills this man, she will send Jenny back to Australia. She now has her number one enemy in her grasp though, and is itching to kill him. She intimidates him with the pistol like 40 times. His phone starts to ring though, and she pulls it out, but what she finds is horrifying. She not only finds Won Mo's marble, but she finds the trinkets of at least 3 to 4 other children. This means that Mr. Bayek killed more children while Goomja was in jail. She loses it, choking him with that remake Jennifer Hill's face, stomping him, and shooting him in both of his feet. The fact that 4 kids died overall is very bothersome to Goomja, and she shows the detective who oversaw her case. Eventually, they look through his apartment, finding videotapes of each of the kidnapped and murdered children. I don't know for sure if the children were killed on the tapes, but they were crying alright. I'm guessing they were killed since the detective gets up after watching to go vomit in the toilet. The detective forgets the law after that. He helps Goomja arrange for the parents of each of the murdered children to be sent to the abandoned school where Mr. Bayek is tied up. They have a confused look at first until Goomja starts to play the videotapes of the children crying. I don't believe she played the actual murder of the children. She seems to cut the tapes off quickly. It's very disturbing to see children crying like that in this sort of position, in this problem. Where do you get the children to act for these type of scenes? Apparently, Mr. Bayek would kidnap the children, play a video of him about to kill them, then he would ask for ransom using the video audio to make the parents think that the child was still alive. He would get the ransom, quit his teaching job, leave, and then start over someplace else. Goomja gives the parents two options. Either they can let Mr. Bayek go to jail, she'll hand him over to the detective, or they can kill him, each taking turns to torture him to death. The parents debate about it, believing a trial is a waste of time and not real punishment for someone like him. They all decide that maybe they should take matters into their own hands, and just so there's no snitching after, which means someone telling the police about what they did, Goomja makes sure to let them know that snitches get stitches. All of their conversations about how they would go inside and torture him were broadcast through a speaker heard in the room Mr. Bayek was held inside, so he knows he's about to be ended. Each and every family tortures him, stabbing him all over with their wide variety of weapons. The old lady is the last one, and she kills Mr. Bayek with scissors to the neck. The families then work together to clean up the space and all take a group photo so that nobody can snitch on anybody else. Next, they dig a grave, but Goomja didn't really get any action. She shoots the man twice in the head as they finish his burial. No, that ain't a burial, that's just hiding his body. With her vengeance complete, she begins to both cry and smile viciously after 13 years of planning and waiting. Now, would y'all believe me if I said that I didn't know the film was fading to black and white until I got to this part? Like, there are two versions of the film. One with full color, and one that fades to black and white. Even the film sets and the actors' clothes reflect this. I mean, Goomja wore a blue jacket earlier, but now she has a black leather jacket. When I initially watched the movie, it was on Tubi TV, so I don't know if the copy my video uses will be black and white. But if it isn't, then it would be around the time the parents came to the school where the movie started to change
I
profoundly.
knew he was gonna
After
throw
all
that ball.
murder, the parents and families all sing
He
happy
doesn't know what to
birthday
do.
to
I'm
each of their
fucking
children
watching this shit.
resting in heaven.
Look, taking
In
the
the
entire
bathroom,
quarter.
Goomja cleans off her red eyeshadow and is done with the vengeance part of her life. Suddenly, though, Goomja is interrupted by the spirit of one mode. He's over here using lung killers. She goes to speak with him, but right before she can say anything, he gags her. He wasn't hearing no bullshit. He quickly transforms into the age he would have been had he not died, and walks away. As Goomja leaves, she has a cake in her hand. Her co-worker follows behind, singing and asking if she is actually going to send her daughter back. She embraces with her daughter in the pure white snow and shows her a white tofu cake. Remember, the white tofu cake is a promise to live good like pure white and sinless. Jenny eats the cake and offers some to her mom too, but initially she thinks her time to be good is over. Well, she retracts that, and the movie ends as Goomja devours that white tofu cake. Well, there's nothing left to say, but farewell Goomja and the vengeance that overwhelmed you. Now that we got through this film, let's talk about the most disturbing moment and most enjoyable moment, and
His
that's
defense is
spooky
clamping
stuff.
up. I ain't gonna hold you. This is like really a defensive battle. My
Alright,
defense. First off, there's so many picks that we just swatted.
Let's get right into it. The most disturbed moment is easily when the parents are are shown those snuff videotapes. I don't think they were shown the murders themselves because Goomja cut them off real quick, but still, to be a parent and to see your child's last moments like that must be overly scarring. I can't even begin to imagine what kind of pain that must bring up. The most enjoy moment, Goomja. I like Goomja. I like her character a lot. I think she was really funny, to be honest. Like, the movie was had a lot of comedy in it, so I think she was kind of funny, really. She had a lot of cool scenes, and she might not be the hero or the real angel, but I think she's a pretty cool
Go,
character.
Fluffy.
If she did a bit more, she'd be a platinum character. Let me tell you that. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you click that like button. I got 2 Korean films for you right here on the left. I Saw the Devil. It's basically kind of like this movie, except the main lead is a male, and I don't know, it's less, I don't know how to say it. It's more realistic, let's say that. Like, this movie was kind of dramatic in a way, like you were watching a special type of play, you know what I'm saying? The movie on the right is Bedeviled, aka Bognam Rises. Bognam and her attempts to get her child away from a very dangerous place. Y'all should watch either one of those movies in real life, or y'all can watch the videos that I got for you right here. But either...
Hi, Fluffy.
Welcome to the breakdown, where we break down all the disturbing movies. I know you've been waiting, my bad. And I also know a lot of y'all been waiting on this film.
Ooh, you be scaring me, Fluffy.
Happiness is one of the films you will always see on the disturbing
Fluffy,
film list or
Fluffy.
whatever. It's about the lives of 3 sisters, Joy, Helen, and Trish. And it's also about these weirdos surrounding them. Also, if you clicked on this video expecting some kind of detailed analysis, too bad. It's just a friendly neighborhood recap series. But if you check out the description, I can point you to some pretty interesting alternatives. Now, if you want to see what happens, including all the messed up
No, you're not gonna miss it. So I have to score and get to you. I have to score and go for 2. 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 Fuck. Huh? Nah, I kicked 2 field goals.
Isn't going well. It's an awkward last date for Andy and Joy here. She just got done telling him we should stop dating, but his ability to bounce back from that is god awful. He's over here crying and staring all weird. He asks if there's someone else, but she says no, it's just you. He took that as if it's his fault. Regardless of what Joy really meant, Joy's a sweetheart though, just pretty naive and awkward, I guess. Suddenly he reveals a gift. Okay, I'm not gonna front. I don't know what the heck this is, but I'm guessing it's some kind of very expensive old school ashtray? Or maybe smoke carrier? I don't know. I honest to God will not care after this video is uploaded, but you can tell me anyway, I guess. It's got 40 karat gold in it though. She really enjoys it, saying she'll, well, listen.
I'll always treasure it as a token.
No, you won't. Because this is for the girl who loves me. The girl who cares about me for who I am. Not what I look like.
Okay, relax, my dude. You don't look bad. You just act weird. Chill out. That's the literal last we will see of Andy, by the way. At least alive. Next, we're introduced to Alan. And yeah, y'all know who that is playing him. Kind of look like Jeffrey Dahmer mixed with Dashy, though. Maybe he really is related to Jeffrey, especially saying shit like this.
But whenever I see her, I just want to undress her. I want to tie her up. I want to and pump her even more. It's so hard that my dick shoots right through her. Cum squirts out of her mouth.
He's complaining about some neighbor he's been smitten with, but he's too scared to talk to her. Who is he talking to, though? Well, Dr. Connors, of course. Just kidding. His name is Dr. Bill Maplewood, a psychologist. Instead of listening to his patient, though, he is thinking of his grocery list and to-do list of the day. We will see Bill later. Let's see what girl Alan is thinking about. She's bad as hell. The type of woman everybody is enamored with. But this is the part where you introduce yourself at least. She's literally dreading you already.
He kept complaining that he's boring, but really he's just overly awkward. Her name is Helen Jordan, the sister of Joy from the beginning. Also, Alan has the unusual and weird habit of going through the phone book to find women to verbally mess with. We cut over to Joy over her big sister's house. So now we all know all three sisters, Joy, Trish, and Helen. Trish's full name is Trish Maplewood. And if you remember that name, then you'll know that she's married to the psychologist, Bill. And they have 2 kids and a nice chill-ass dog. Joy is just emotional just about her whole life at this point. I mean, she doesn't have a good steady income, no man, and she's in contact with both sisters who have all they need and feel like they have a belonging. Plus, Trish is the kind of person who would say nice things to you, but then talk bad about you when you aren't there. She's also the kind of person that think I'm a mass murderer in the making because I can speedrun Mario Bros. Joy, though, she's overworked and tired of having to deal with the bullshit without grabbing the steel. The next scene is a reoccurring dream. Also, it's a scene I was not expecting considering what's been ridiculously going on like every day in the United States. Skip ahead about 10 seconds if you would like to miss
Oh
that.
my
He never
fucking
kills
god.
himself in these dreams. He just kills everybody around him. Something he tells his psychologist. One thing he tells the man, though, is that he isn't interested in having sex with his wife. His true fetish will be revealed soon. On his way home, he stops inside of the store and goes straight to the magazine rack, but picks up a pretty childish magazine. He then goes to the backseat of his car and masturbates to the children in the magazine, while children walk around the car outside. Bill is a pedophile.
That's gay!
Whatever it is specifically based on age. He goes back home like a typical good father, greeting his wife and older son Billy. Trish complains about her sister Joy here too. Very contradictory of her nice, keep your chin up words to her sister. She loves her marriage though, without a doubt. Okay, so, this next scene, Billy comes to ask his father a question that's on his mind. Pretty normal for kids to do that, right? His question though is, what does come mean? What I also wasn't expecting was Bill to explain it so thoroughly. But I guess that's a good thing, right? I don't know. His peers seem to be bullying him on his inability to come yet. Some of y'all middle schoolers back then were so nasty. Like, I guess because that's when everybody started watching porn. Like, people was saying the worst stuff, bro. Bill offers to show him how to masturbate, which is fucking weird. But Billy is left with thoughts of not being normal because he can't ejaculate yet. We cut to some kind of special resort kind of place.
I got my turn over, but no one else is there in the pocket to collect the funds.
The parents of the 3 sisters live here. They are having problems in their marriage though. The husband, Lenny, he doesn't want a divorce, but he just wants to be left alone. He doesn't even have a side piece he's interested in. We'll get back to these 2 later. Back with Helen, this phone call
He's punning it, 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 he's punning it.
She can have any man she wants.
Sean,
people love her for whatever.
Just do what you did last time, try to take this bitch back. Try to take this bitch back.
So interested in hearing what
Never mind, never fucking mind, never fucking mind, never fucking mind.
Someone she knows from work, but really is actually Alan impersonating a peer. Joy's slow ass finds out the truth though a little too late.
What was he pausing for? Come on, man. Come on, man.
But why do you want to know?
Not the jeans, underneath. What are you wearing underneath? Check.
This isn't Damien, is it?
Are you all wet? Is your pussy all wet?
Things got a little nutty on the wall. Let's just leave it at that. Anyway, Alan has a visitor. It's a woman named Christina who tells Alan that the night door man was murdered and had his penis cut off. That's not why Christina is really here, though. She wanted to ask him to go with her to a game, but he says no because he's got too much unrelated stuff on his mind. A heartbroken Christina tears up the tickets as she leaves. Back with Joy, she's singing a song, but gets a phone call from authorities. Why? Well, because Andy, the guy she went on a date with in the beginning, has killed himself. Joy is bothered by it very much, but her colleagues have absolutely no idea who Andy was, and just spent like 10 minutes debating who Andy was.
I'm clipping that.